Okay, guys, we are on chapter 4 of How to Skin a Bear, a scrumptious, crunchy feast. Okay, so I'm going to go across now. We've had the goat guts and intestines chapter. We've had the I've done a few things wrong chapter, and now we're here, chapter 4, a scrumptious, crunchy feast. B has finally found dog. Okay. Dog is wet and muddy, and he smells worse than our tent after the tribe ate rotten horse meat. But he's here. He sticks out his big pink tongue and licks my mouth and nose and hair, and the sore bit on the back of my head where I fell. Then he flips onto his back for a belly rub. I ruffle his fur up and down until I'm too tired to move. I rest my head on his grey, furry tummy, and even though I'm lying in the dank, sloppy mud far from my tribe, I feel cozier than a bee in a hive. I'm so cozy that my eyes slip shut and I slide into a dream. I dream that I'm chasing after a great beast in the dark. I've got spiky hair and a mud-smeared face, just like the elders when they go hunting. I'm running, with my spear in my hand, and I can see the beast up ahead, with pointed teeth and a mouth like a sinkhole. I wake up cold, shivery, and lonely. I need to find my tribe. Dog stands outside the little cave. In the bright daylight, he looks wolf-like and muscular. His giant pointy ears swivel, and his wet nose twitches. Dog is the best hunter in the pack, which is another reason Dad should never have told me to leave him behind. If anyone can lead me back to the tribe, it's Dog. Dog stares along the stone passageway. I wonder what Doggy thoughts he's thinking. Weird smell, tasty smell, fishy smell, yucky smell. Dog yips and my belly rumbles. I'm so hungry that I could eat my own leg. Come on, Dog, let's find breakfast. Yip, says Dog, which means yes, or it might mean that he's still smelling peculiar things in the cave. I scramble from the cave and Dog sets off. As we tramp through the passage in the rock, I think of feasting with the tribe. Fresh horse liver and roasted nuts, steaming fish with the skin on, and sharp berries. Makes me miss my people even more. Except Rat, obviously. Eventually, the floor slopes upwards and the light gets brighter. We're climbing out of the passage and into a dense green forest. A forest with trees and leaves and bushes, with nuts and berries and insects. A forest that I don't recognise. Food first, I say. Then we'll find the tribe. I have to act like an elder now that it's only me and Dog. Yep, barks Dog. He seems to have a plan. I follow him through the trees. We walk for an age. Suddenly, Dog stops and yaps. Beside his muddy paws, I spot bright yellow flowers with spiky green leaves. Dandelions, I cry. A scrumptious, crunchy feast. You're a good dog. I throw myself onto the soft ground beside him, and as I rip up the juicy green leaves, my belly roars with hunger. I stuff the dandelions into my mouth. They're crispy and tangy. The creamy sap melts on my tongue, and bits of soil add a surprising crunch. Yummy. After finishing the remainder of the weeds, my belly is still grumbling, and something is tickling my hand as I look down. Crawling across my fingers is our main course. Ants! Hurriedly, I lick the insects off my fingers and carefully crunch them between my teeth. They crackle and burst with sour juice that makes my mouth zing. Yum! I bet there's more nearby, I say to Dog, on all fours. I run along the ground after the marching ants. I find their nest and grab a sturdy stick. Then I plunge it into the anthill. When I pull it up, it's crawling with tiny ants. Ooh, I'm so hungry, I slurp the ants right off the stick. Dog leaps around me, barking. He's hungry too. I plunge the stick into the nest again, and this time I let Dog lick it clean. Delicious. Many sticks later, I'm finally full. I sit and dig spindly ant legs out from between my teeth with my fingernail. I'm thirsty, Dog. Do you know where we can find some water? Yip, 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 says Dog, which means yes, or it might mean that he's got ants crawling around in his belly. He skips off uphill. You're going the wrong way, Dog, I yell after him. The water flows downhill, not up. But Dog ignores me. He happily bounds away. Dog, I call, but he keeps bounding. Dog! He leaps and skips between the trees. Dog! I yell, as loud as I can, but I can't even hear him anymore. Ugh, fine, I sigh. I don't know how, but Dog is usually right about these things. I take a deep breath and sprint after him until I finally reach the top of the hill. Up here, there are no trees, just grass and rocks. Dog stands proudly, his fur sticking up in the fierce wind. Dog, why are we... Whoa! I spin around on the spot. This is incredible. I'm so high up I can see to the ends of the world. To the east and south, I see the rolling hills and trees. I look north, expecting to see more of the same, but instead I see a wide patch of cleared forest. Smoke curls from three or more fires. Dogs run around herding goats, and people herd the dogs. There must be twice as many people as in my tribe. I've never seen so many people, and dogs and goats and fires all in one place. Dog yaps and curls around my legs until I turn west. Glittering in the light of the sunset, a long eel shape twists through the trees. That's the Pig Lick River. I wanted to jig on the spot. You did it, Dog. We're going to find the tribe. The river is called Pig Lick because there are always wild pigs near the banks. We hunt them while they're busy slurping up the cool water and rolling in the mud. The Pig Lick River is the last landmark on the way to the Rock of the Long Sun. The Rock of the Long Sun is like a three-legged mammoth with no head. It's made of giant, heavy stones, and it is a really old monument. On Midsummer's Day, the sun sets between the legs of the stone structure, and when it does, the elders do a special ritual. I'm not allowed to join in, obviously. My tribe might be sitting on the bank of Pig Lick River now, feasting on a sizzling boar. Come on, Dog, we need to head that way, I say. I swing my arms and set off down the hill. Behind me, Dog whines. I stop and turn. Dog yips and disappears. Oh, what now? I moan. This is incredibly unfair. When Dog knows the way, I follow him. But now that I know the way, Dog won't follow me. I plod uphill much more slowly. When I get to the top, I still can't see Dog. Dog! Yip yip, he says, surprisingly close by. I climb onto a jutting rock, and there I see him. He's found a cave. Not a piddling little bite out of the rocks full of squelchy mud, like the one we slept in yesterday, but a proper cave, with a high roof and a rock floor. It's big, dry, and out of the wind. It's the perfect place to stop for the night, even if it is a bit of a mess. Dog is busy. He runs about, sniffing scattered objects and dark stains on the cave floor. I follow Dog inside. The middle of the cave is black from the ashes of many fires, as if a tribe has lived here before. Charred logs litter the ground. On the walls are painted shapes, like leaping deer and horses, drawn in red and brown. They're all running in the same direction, like they're being chased. The pictures are flaking and faded, as if they were painted years ago. I take a small step towards the gloom at the back of the cave. Crunch! My bare foot is met by a hard and cool something that stabs into my sore skin. I reach down to investigate and pull out the splinters. I feel something smooth and round and holy. I pick it up carefully and carry it out of the cave and into the light. I gulp. It's a human skull. Uh-oh. And that's the end of chapter 4.